We love, we fight, defend with all our might. We train, we play, we're back, Daddy, we're gone.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey,
Tactical Gnome here.
JP, the armored chef.
We are in JP's bunker tonight instead of being separated, me at my house and in the bunker. So
we're in my
both
studio. You make it sound almost nefarious when you call it a bunker. But anyway, hey, we got two very fucking special guests for you tonight. We have, as we're doing this live here, we have the Marine rapper back. Very excited for that. And Topher here. And they're here to kind of talk about the song burning up the charts and all the bullshit they've had to face here. So, guys,
we'll go ahead and let them go ahead and talk about it.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Topher. For those who don't know me, I'm Topher Town Music across all social media. I'm a big political activist, conservative TikTok star, Billboard charting artist, and Air Force veteran. That's a mouthful, but for the most part, I'm just a regular guy that just loves America and will defend America and everyone's right to celebrate and live here.
Yo, and what's up? I'm the Marine rapper. I'm a 10-year Marine Corps combat veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan. I do a lot of different battle rap type of things. I'm a Billboard charting artist, and I make lots of music with my homeboy Topher right here. Let's get it.
Yeah,
that's awesome, guys. And well, right off the bat here, let's I kind of want to jump into the fact that you've been dealing with some major bumps here, especially with the conservative side and getting kind of the mark of the MAGA.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been wild, man. You know, I was telling Timmer, you know, I was just trying to make some dope music like we always have. And next thing you know, we became a whole, I guess, sacrifice to cause, you know, and which has been good. So I praise it, and it sucks, right? Because we made a great song. We was on our way. We was, like you said, blazing Billboard, blazing all the charts. But at the same time, I'm glad it picked somebody that wasn't going to bow down, right? I'm glad that I was chosen compared to other people to face this type of injustice and suppression, because I'm going to strike back. I'm going to swing back. And that's what we are doing. We're not giving up. Instead of trying to go around, we're going to go through. You know, we're going to go over, take it back some of the ownership, and hopefully this starts a movement, which I've already seen it happening because we have so many remixes, so many people coming from across the aisle saying, hey, man, regardless of political views, this is just wrong, right? Because once you start controlling and suppressing a certain part of the culture, specifically arts, which I say is the most sacred part of any society. Once you start controlling that, and you run into a lot of bad issues, and nothing good comes from that. So I'm hoping with us making a lot of noise about it, people wake up and see that, you know, we're going down the wrong path right now as a country, and we need to go ahead and turn back.
You guys are definitely making a name. Like before you had come on, I was talking to Kimara there, and you guys definitely have blown up just this week, because I remember watching and seeing that you guys had come off and were taken down. And just this week alone, watching you guys on Instagram, because I got rid of Facebook because I got banned too many times. And
well, you know, it's one of the things that shows that too, like the mark of like talent. Like it's one thing where like talent will kind of override a lot of bullshit, because I mean, right off the bat, you guys kind of committed the cardinal sin of the entertainment industry, which is not you mean to not bow down to whatever, like the left stuff there. And that actually, it's I know Marine Rapper remembers this probably from last time we were on. Like, we always do a cocktail, so actually I mixed. That's where you saw me. I think he was laughing when I kept saw me grabbing different bottles there.
Yeah.
Actually, we're doing the America and suppression kind of combo here. So he's having a Budweiser because America, and then I'm actually making the final word, which is it's a prohibition cocktail. It's something made during oppression, since you know we're dealing with that stuff. But with your permission, what I wanted to do actually for everybody real quick was actually play your track. And
if you guys don't mind, if we play the actual song, so everybody can kind of hear it.
We were just going to chill for a second. So the people that don't know it, I'm going to run that right now. So folks, just for the Daddy Brigade premiere, this is going to be Topher, the Patriot, featuring the Marine Rapper.
Yep.
So check this out. Great fucking track.
My mother told me someday I would buy dies with good fortune, says to destiny. many fallen, too many fallen, too many fallen.
Tens of thousands on my right, thousands by my side. War between good and evil, watching our fists collide. Battle for our freedom now, to the streets we ride. Flags waving all around, pages full of pride. This is where we make a stand, no more give or take. March around the Capitol, storm the city gates. Putting pressure on their necks until the truth breaks. All walls of corruption, take out all the snakes. Star Spangled Banner, got it playing loud and proud. People from all walks of life filling up the crowd. Defend the Constitution, many warriors survive. Casting down any among us who have bucked and cowed. Enough for tyranny, we come to take our country back. For all citizens, white, red, brown, or black. Return it to a form of glory, fix the bloody crack on the crown. Fetch it down, it's going down.
Someday I would buy eyes with good origin, sails to distant shores. Stand up high in the crowd, noble but I stand. Steady push for the heathens, too many fallen.
My mama told me, yeah, she warned me that this day would come. I'm like my father, go to combat with the blazing guns. I survived that, then I came back to the place I'm from to face off all these haters and the battle in the place I love. You can't break me down, I'm indivisible. You still see my raps if I was invisible. But I'm standing tall, and I spit the truth. So you all appall, cause you know it's true. They call it freedom cause the fallen troops pay for this. I love this country, doesn't matter how much hate I get. I take my colors in the battle, ain't no wavering. Cause this is for my warriors who marching to the cadences. This is for the sisters working hard on the ship. This is for the brothers getting y'all doctorate. Father, yeah, taking y'all on the ship. Baby, tell me why it's off of the Patriot.
My mother told me someday I would buy eyes with good origin, sails to distant shores. Stand up high in the crowd, noble but I stand. Steady push for the heathens, too many fallen, too many fallen, too many fallen.
All right, that was The Patriot by Topher with the Marine rapper. Awesome song. And right off the bat, first, I'm just going to nerd out for a second from a music standpoint and say that I love the combination, like especially like on the hook there, how you guys you have like almost like a Revolutionary War feel to like the hook section of that, but with obviously such a fucking hard hitting contemporary vibe on it all at once. That's like that is a fucking fantastic song. So just let's start there and then just tell us more.
He's more of a music guy than me.
Yeah, I mean,
he actually produces and plays in bands and all kind of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been performing like live on stages since I was like 13, and I said we're actually this is the you can. I have it set up to where you probably can see the least amount of shit possible right now, but we are in a studio with about 15 guitars and basses and keyboards and all that shit is.
Yeah, I see the soundproofing and stuff.
Yeah, there's at least 10 guitars behind me.
Yeah, so this is the little studio dungeon that I actually have. I mean, I had one the last time I was in a band that I was trying. We actually had a little bit of radio play that came right out of this little fucking room, but nothing like, hey, right now it's all about you guys.
Yeah, no, but that's cool. We'd like to hear about other people too, so that's cool. But yeah,
but right now I want to hear about. So tell me about the song first off, like where it came from and everything you can.
So it originated from TikTok. You know, this TikTok seems to be the place to go for new hit songs. It is what it is. I don't create the rules. I just play bounce.
Damn social media.
Yeah. So Natty Dread is the one singing the hook, and she actually is from Scotland. So she went viral on TikTok, like uber viral. Like I think the video has like close to 1 million likes. So
wow,
imagine that. But she was singing the hook just a cappella, you know, and everyone that heard it was super hooked to it, and I got hooked to it, and I was like, man, you know, I've always wanted to sample vocals. I've never done so because of copyright issues, but I knew her song, you know, wouldn't have any copyright issues, and it was from her, right? And it was beautiful. So I was like, this should be easy to do. So I asked her permission. She said, absolutely, you can use my vocals. So then I sent it to my man. Well, actually, I posted and said, hey, any producers want to work with me, please flip this song. And then Killer Vic, who's also a Marine veteran, hit me up. I worked with him in the past, you know, a couple projects here and there. He hit me up. He said, hey, man, I already flipped it for you. I'm sending it to you tonight. He sent it to me. I got to writing. I was so impressed by it. I got to writing that night, and then me and him spent the next day we couldn't work on it because he had emergency at work. But the next day after that, we spent majority of that time, bringing it together, getting it fixed how we want it, back and forth. And then that's when I sent it to Timmer. And of course, I was like, "There's no one more patriotic than the guy wearing the American flag jacket." So
Yeah.
No, that jacket is badass. Are you actually going to retire that jacket?
Oh no! So just to let you know, I do retire them. I just haven't retired this one just yet, specifically because we were shooting the video and stuff like that. But yeah, I do retire them. I have multiple. So
okay.
every year I retire it.
I seen you had said on Instagram that you were going to retire the jacket, and I was like, no, not.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, no. So I'll retire it, but I'll always come out with something new. But I like the emphasis being on like the lyrics, because that's just like what my thing is.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, no, like I'll retire it or whatever, and I don't know, maybe we might do something special in the future, but yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, I'm so grateful that Topher reached out to me, because I would actually a lot of people don't know I was about to go to sleep. Just to be honest, I was about to go to sleep. I was tired. No, he hit me up. It was late at night. I wanted to go to sleep, and for some reason, the guy on my shoulder's like, "You do not want to go to sleep. For some reason, this is gonna be a banger. Record right now." And I was like, "Okay,
hang out for a second."
Yeah, hang out for a second. Don't overthink it. Just say what's on your mind and send it back to him. And then I think it was like 3:00 over his time or whatever. He's probably like, he ain't gonna send it or whatever. And it pinged like a 3:03 or something like that, like at the wire. You know what I mean? And he was like, "What?" And then he sent it over to he immediately sent it over to the mixer, and that was it. Pretty much, we had like I think we had one or two edits or whatever, and then Topher put it up. Like ASAP, put it up on YouTube with the lyric video. It has lyric videos about to hit 1 million. It has like 500,000 right now, over 500,000.
You've got at least 10 plays from me probably in the last 2 days.
And we want to note too, the video is not even out yet. It's about to be, but the video, we don't even have a video, and we beat out a whole bunch of people on Billboard with videos. With labels.
Now, see, I would say you were talking about retiring it there. Until have you guys done the video yet, or is the video like in the works right now, or what's the deal?
It's done.
All right. See, at least until the video is dropped, and you got to keep the especially. I'm assuming that's the video. It's going to be in the video, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it was the flag jacket's in the video. Yeah. It has to be. It's Patriot. Like
you got to have at least probably one public appearance at post video before you can retire it. As just my 2 cents there.
Okay.
We need to get Donald Trump on this. Like we gotta send this to Donald Trump.
Can anyone get a hold of the Don down in Mar-a-Lago there? I can't.
I'm pretty sure he's free. He doesn't want to do anything stressful. So
free. Now that he's not,
sure he's good to go.
Yeah, he'll now that he's not president anymore, he'll probably go on Howard or something instead. He didn't give a shit about us.
And he likes us. He likes us 100%, and he knows us too.
I would think yeah. Here, real quick here, just for the audience there, since I did mention this before, if you're playing at home with the getting drunk with JP, the final word here is equal parts. I did one part. It's an ounce each of lemon juice. It's usually chartreuse. I used fucking absinthe because I'm a baller, and Luxardo maraschino liqueur, and I used bourbon instead of rye because that's just how I roll in more America.
Hey,
Topher, I meant to ask you. I'm sorry. I meant to ask you. Don't mind. I know you're very big. You were labeled Christian on the one post that I shared. I don't want to offend you if I use bad language. I meant to ask you that before we started. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was offended for being asked to come on here, so it's too late.
Oh, well, damn. Shit. Like, nah. I'm actually offended that you're offended. So.
Now, hey, honestly, we're legit honored to have you on, and again, we want to do anything we can to help get your word out there. I mean, it truly sucks the way you've been treated with a lot of the stuff, and I love that kind of the people are speaking, so to speak, and actually being like, hey, again, the cardinal sin of the entertainment industry is to be conservative or anything that's not kind of the line of the left there. So
right. And I told people it's not really about morality at this point. It's just really about money. Because if you got a guy who's teaching dignity and self-respect in his music, people are going to tend to be less sexualized. They're going to sexualize themselves less, which means if you know sex sells, So if they sexualize themselves less money, less sales, then you're gonna be mad at that guy, right? Especially if he's blazing the charts. That means now everyone's listening to him and gonna be paying attention to him. So I think it was more of that cultural battle that we're engaging in now, when it comes to our society. And when they see that, they don't see a conservative guy. It just happened. That's just my label. I could be libertarian and still have the same thing. Wouldn't matter. But they see a guy that's promoting values that's gonna, mess up their base. And whenever you start messing with somebody's base, then they come to attack you. And that's I believe truly that's where we're heading, and that's what ended up happening to us. And the reason why our song got pulled, because once again, it was not a copyright issue. Anyone that knows anything about music licensing and how things work, that would have been established before I even got anything on the platform.
If they're coming after you for like an ASCAP or something like that, that'd have been a whole different thing. But don't get it twisted as far as what I was like. Whenever I say conservative, like by modern standards, when I say that, like that's not lumped in libertarian. Basically, I mean like
everybody that's right. Everybody that's right leaning.
Well, no, basically if you're not left to burn it, you're cast aside there with the mark of non. I can't remember how they what did they say in John Wick there with that when he's outcast, basically
Incommunicado.
Yeah,
excommunicado. Yeah,
excommunicado. Yeah,
there you go. And that and it's honestly it's a sign of the times and just how far things have gotten pushed that way. And our culture certainly values the almighty dollar over everything. Well, the people that kind of pull the strings when it comes to like what gets through media wise, and to pull you off streaming with the way that with the success you're having it's outright criminal as far as I'm concerned.
And actually that was going to be my next question. So when it came to the streaming stuff, I found the song after you guys had posted it. I went on it, Spotify, downloaded the song.
Yeah.
Because Spotify, you can download it and save it to your whatever. But then they pulled it literally not even 24 hours after. So my question is what, when you guys found out about that, obviously what was your recourse of action, but also like, how did that make you guys feel? Like you guys were on Spotify, you guys were on iTunes, like all that stuff. And then all of a sudden they're like proverbial middle finger to everybody.
And just,
well, like the thing is, it's like we're like built for this. We've been doing this. We're built for this. We adapt and overcome. So it wasn't even a thing. Like literally after it happened, we had a meeting immediately. Calm as a cucumber, had a meeting. All right, bet. What we gonna do? Like it went just like that. We weren't worrying about nothing. We're like, okay, we don't got that, but what can we do? And still, for 2 weeks after we had our streaming taken away, we still kept on charting on Billboard. So what does that tell you? That people were still buying it. Then up until they pulled us, we were the #1 hip hop song for a week straight, and we're in the top 10 with Mariah Carey, and Mariah Carey, Smokey Robinson, Drake, The Weeknd, Eminem. Those are and Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber were amongst those. And the thing is, it's like how you said, our message. I was, in my part, I'm literally telling women to go work, get a job. I'm telling brothers to go be doctors. You don't have to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? You can do something else. They don't want to hear that. I'm telling people to be fathers. They don't want to hear that. Like, you feel me? So, of course, you know what I mean?
That part, I think, because we're both dads, I think that part hit me more because I've seen a lot of deadbeat fathers. Also, a lot of deadbeat mothers, but I've seen kids grow up without dads. I've seen kids grow up without moms.
And it's also
like to hear that. I think it's a good message to get out there. Like,
I mean, obviously, and it's honestly like especially like Zach mentioned, like he almost forgot where he was like coming just because like the area that I live in here, and it's one of the things that like. I mean, you see, like people talk about systemic issues of different things, and like one of the things that I like when you see people that like systemically don't grow up with values or don't grow up like where they have this fictitious idea of like the streets, and like I literally had one time a 5-year-old I heard cussing out his little sister while they're walking like kindergarten, or I don't know, however, whatever age. I mean, they were young. They were very young kids. And I go outside, I'm like, little boy, you need to not talk to your sister that way. He literally, like, he'd fallen on the ground, and I was worried about that at first because I just happened to, like, I was flipping through stuff and my security cameras popped up and I saw this little kid lying there. And I went to go outside and I hear him cursing out his sister. And I go, little boy, do not talk to your sister that way. He points at me and says, I'm going to come back and shoot up your house. Now, this is like this kid was like knee high to a grasshopper. You know what I mean? Like, good Lord. And all I could think of is, my God, what is your family life like that you at that age are talking like that?
You mean your favorite saying, 3 apples tall?
3 apples. No, you're 3 apples tall. He was knee high up to a grasshopper. That's different. That's a little bit smaller than you.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. It's not the kid's fault. It's the upbringing that he came up in. You know what I mean?
The first thing I thought is, my God, what is the household like that this little boy is growing up in? That he's already at that young age. It's that fictitious, like the fake money, the fake it. And I call it that. I say because it's the same shit that gets people selling drugs. They're out in the corner doing all the stuff that like. And I mean, I grew up in it. Like, as far as I saw a lot of that shit growing up, especially like where I'm at, like we're in Mount Oliver, PA, which is like, it's funny. You like that's literally this weird little niche in the middle of Pittsburgh where you can't leave it in any direction. You're not in the city, and it's just its own little. I mean, we had, especially back in the 90s, it was real bad with gangs, but now you get this new version of it, and it's just this regurgitation of that fake ass street mentality. Of like that, like everything exists in these couple blocks and nothing else in the world. Like that, no one understands. Like there's a bigger world. Like go be a doctor, go be a fucking cop, go be a Marine, or join the. I mean, all the potential you could be, so much more. And they just see this little thing right here, that's right in front of them, because they think that's what it's about.
Yeah, I call us the microwave generation, instant gratification. And that's what we want. Once again. It's kind of what everyone always wanted, right? It's just that it's just more prevalent because of social media, and of course that has been portrayed to be the cool thing and the way to go, especially when you have so many false facades being put on. I mean, think about it, man. We have a culture where OnlyFans is a job now, right? Like, just think about that. Like, really? And women are doing this. Like, women coming out the woodworks.
I have thought about making an OnlyFans if people are going to pay me. I'll just like walk around and videotape my life if like that's what they're paying people for.
Yeah, because that's what makes you the number one seller. But anyway, all I'm saying is you can kind of see what's going on. Like, people are dropping. I see now where I don't know if you saw the Black Lives Matter post they posted for Martin Luther King Day. They had a black woman twerking on there, and they said that was to empower women.
Twerking?
No. In front of the Washington Monument.
Yes.
I think I seen you post it up. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. So
now that you mentioned these, like,
sorry, but like, no, that one, like, I'm just like,
I get the swearing. I mean, I legit introduce myself. I say my name's John. It's a 4-letter word. I use lots of them, but. Come on, be nice here. We got a good Christian.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry.
But not really good. But no, you're right, man. And when I saw that, and I already have my issues with BLM, right? Of course. But at the same time, it's like they have been given such a huge voice and influence on our culture. And when they promote garbage stuff like that,
because it's something that can be sold, like you've been talking about, because it sells.
It sells, and I'm just like, this is horrible, right? This is something we have to fight against, especially if we want to get everyone back on track. And the reason I say this is because I see what works and doesn't work. I've been through that, right? I've seen my cousins who grew up in a certain situation. I've grew up in this different situation. I've seen how people raise their kids. I've seen what I do versus what others do. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why I've never been held at gunpoint by a police officer? Because I'm not out committing crimes or being in situations that are gonna make me look stupid. Like, I'm pretty much, doing my own thing, not trying to cause any attention. It's like, there's ways to avoid situations and just be productive in life without having to deal with all of the things that you call stressors, especially when you're talking about when they consider, being oppressed in America as a black person. And I'm just like, bro, that's non-existent. I feel like that's self-inflicted. And that's why I hate about this whole narrative is people like us, me and Summer, we voice it and we say, hey, there's a better way. But just because we say there's a better way, we're wrong, right? They don't want to hear from us. no, you're wrong, Topher, you're a sellout. All you're doing is supporting multiculturalism, white supremacy, whatever that is. Yeah,
And, well, it's anything they can't sell under the label that's trying to be pushed, and that's exactly what that means. I mean, that's like, it's funny you mentioned like something that actually to me I reflect on as a turning point. You mentioned you never had an officer point a gun at you. I did when I was younger, and it was again growing up with neighborhood folks that I didn't. You mean it was a learning experience for me when I was like, I want to say I was 16 or 17. About fuck, I might be hanging out with the wrong people. Because whenever I get some random cop that drags me and my boy out of his car, and I realize, oh shit, they know this dude, and this happens a lot. I need to not be here anymore. You know what I mean? It's
might be time for a scenery change.
Yeah, like I realize, you know what? I'm not hanging out with the right people.
Yeah, that's what I always go back to the scripture, and I've kind of built my life around it, which has kept me out of trouble for the most part. Bad company corrupts good behavior. So that's why I've always been selective about who I introduce in my circle, right? And once you get in my circle, it's hard, right? First, it's hard to get in there, right? So, Tim barely made it in. I'm putting it out there. He barely made it in. Once
he's a Marine and you were in the Air Force.
Nah, that's not what it was. I think
I'm just checking because I know that whole inter-service rivalry.
I know sometimes the smart kids don't want to hang out with the good guy.
All right.
Well, to be fair, he was.
I am so sorry.
No.
I'll just sit here and eat my crayon.
You had one ready, dude.
I keep them on me.
Yeah. Like he keeps a 30-round magazine loaded with crayons.
This isn't a joke. Ask him. Tell him.
Yeah. He has crayons to eat. He has crayons for bubble gum. This dude has crayons everywhere, bro.
Told you.
That is fantastic.
Oh, man, it's a good gimmick to have, especially when we're around people. He whips out crayons. They be like, "What are you doing?" He's like,
"I'll be honest, that's a pretty fucking strong pull." you got the chewable crayon ready.
No, that is like a hard flex.
That is
like crayon.
Like
I like that.
How Marine am I? Right here,
crayon.
It said, "Tell me." I don't know if you've seen the TikTok trends, but they'd be like, "Tell me you're a Marine without telling me you're a Marine." This is crayon. There you go. Boom.
Did you see the guy on TikTok that was on the skateboard? Speaking of crayons, the guy on TikTok that was on the skateboard that had a 24-pack of Crayola crayons that was trying to do the whole the cranberry thing that the guy did with the skateboard where he was drinking the cranberry juice, but he did it with crayons. He was on a skateboard. He was trying to eat a whole 24-pack of crayons while he was skateboarding.
Now that's impressive. I didn't see it, but
it was amusing. It was amusing.
Nah,
I think he actually ate like 4 actual crayons and then spit the rest out.
Now
you need to talk to my boy Timmer. He'll hook him up.
Now, Topher, you touched on something a little bit there. Like a couple of things that, like, as far as like one being a father, but also being a man that follows Christ. Can you just maybe tell us here, as far as maybe if you can give some advice to the audience or to people just in general, as far as your insights on raising someone that way? Like me personally, I got a almost 2-year-old. Like in a couple of weeks, I have a 2-year-old, and he was baptized, but I'm still trying to figure out how to work all this out myself. I'd like to hear even just your insights on that.
Well, I got a 5-year-old and I got 2 girls, right? And one's about to be 2 in July, so I guess we're in the same boat. But what I've done is just introduce them to God and what I do anyway, right? I always tell people the biggest thing you can ever do as a father, especially with girls, is lead by example. Because what they're gonna do is grow up and they're gonna look for the guy their father was like. If they never had a father, they're gonna look for a guy that's not gonna be around. Like it's ingrained in them, unconsciously. So what I try to do is show them, like, look, I'm praying. When we go to church, I bring them to church with me. I try to tell them what's important on the surface. And when it comes to big issues, I just try to explain it and bring it back to the Bible as much as possible. I always tell people, I don't have to go too much in depth, but I do try to give them enough for them to go back and chew on. But I think the biggest thing for them is to just to show them. It's like, because even if, for instance, even if they don't choose Christ when they become an adult, right? Which happens, is the freedom will, free will to do so. If they don't choose it, I still want to instill them values that you can maintain and possess regardless of your faith. And that's treat everybody like you want to be treated, respect your elders, respect authority, defend yourself. Here's the Constitution, here's all your rights. Work hard, outwork your competition, and you'll succeed. So all these values that no matter where you come from will make you successful in life. So that's what I try to teach them and show them. Because right now, people always ask why do I do what I do? Is to conserve a future for my kids. So when they become old enough to look back and say, "Hey, Dad, when all that was going on with Trump, and we was on the verge of becoming a communistic society, what was you doing that time?" I don't want to tell them, well, I was playing Warzone, getting my KD up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that. I want to say I was out here creating music, trying to, take back control of the culture. I was out here in the streets, going to protests, learning about different experiences, having the conversations, with, having the debates and fighting for these rights. And that's what I do. Because, once again, all they're going to do is say, train up a child, so as the way they should go. So when they become an adult, they should not depart from it. And that's all I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to not only tell them, but enforce it through what I do.
That's awesome. Now, on a little side note of that, just you have a 5-year-old, especially and a 2-year-old, but how in the heck do you keep a 2-year-old still in church or quiet?
Well, unfortunately for us, our church we was going to, actually, it's been a while because of COVID and everything, but the church we was going to, they have like a children's center, so we'll just take them over there, let them do their daycare and their learning. But
guilty of that too. Guilty of that.
Yeah.
All right, that's been my big obstacle right now.
I'll tell you what, I was guilty of that until my mom took him to church, like actual church, and my mom called me. I couldn't go because I had to work, and my mom called me, and she goes, "Yeah, he sat there perfectly fine, perfect little angel," and I was like, "You are talking about my son, right? Because he can't sit still for more than 5 minutes."
Different roles with G-Mom, man.
No, absolutely, that is absolute truth.
Absolute truth.
So now I'm feeling like he's telling me that maybe that the answer is that make my grams. They maybe will make my mom, his grams take him, might help there, because it's been a.
He's like, "Yep, nope, absolutely, yeah, no, absolutely."
That's been a legit thing now, especially like my wife was not raised religious. Like I was brought up Catholic. It was very important from especially my mom hit us hard on after he was born. That
you were brought up Catholic.
Yes. That's why I swear so much and drink so much.
That explains a lot.
That's hence the 3 bottles of liquor sitting on the table right now. We have wine in church. It's how we roll. But it's one of the things that's been hard for me is trying to figure out like my wife. She's always been someone that she had beliefs. She's spiritual necessarily, but she was not raised with religion in her life. You know what I mean? So she kind of always. Especially when me and her been together long, I just turned 38 this past Saturday. My wife will be 38 this year. So we're very close in age. I met her a week before her 16th birthday.
I really forget that you're that much older than me.
We started dating a week after her 16th birthday. We kind of did everything all ass backward. We literally have a 2-year-old. We finally got married in 2017 because we decided it was a line that said look, we're having kids and we're getting too old for this, so we need to do this. And I wasn't doing it without no ring, no baby type of thing. I mean, it was just not saying we were doing everything right on paper before that, obviously, because we bought this house in 2009. We were mortgaged way before we were married. But
it's good.
But just trying to kind of work towards wanting to raise my boy right above everything else. And that's a lot of what we, as far as Daddy Brigade stuff. It's not, we have our fun with talking about guns and other stuff, but legit, when it comes down to our most important jobs ever, we both work for Homeland Security, but our most important job is being dads. So I'm just trying to figure out how in the heck I do this right.
Yeah, no, that's one thing that I wake up every day and think to myself, it's okay, how can I be a better dad, and how can I not make my kid hate me at the same time while being a good dad?
And like for me, it's a different level trying to get like my boy in church because,
well, yeah,
like, I mean, you ever been to I don't know if you've ever been to a Catholic service, but good Lord. And I mean that like as far as like right when you think it's over,
stand up, sit down, pray a few more times, stand up, sit down, kneel a couple times. Catholic weddings are the worst.
You know how many of those I've been to?
Probably about as many as I have.
I don't know about that. Like, because
half of my family's Catholic.
All of my family's Catholic.
Yeah, well.
It's bad. You know, it's actually funny though. Like literally my, it was awesome. Just like growing up and that the first time my son got to go to church, it was my niece's, wedding because like my brother and I were 21 years apart. So,
gotcha.
Can we get back onto their song?
All right, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know,
damn,
we're talking dad stuff. This is
sorry.
Me hearing Topher's like advice is a
father, no.
Like I think that's
same here.
And not to diminish because honestly, the song was amazing. But I'm like, just from the stuff.
There was one thing.
Your social media presence. Oh, speaking of her, hold on, real quick. I'm gonna have her pop.
Speaking of the little guy,
my little munchkin and my beautiful wife is coming to give me my medication. So.
Medication.
You lean in and point the baby like Simba style. I want him on camera now. Say hi to.
I know.
All right, honey, you're on camera. The baby's not. There you go.
Hey, look at the screen, buddy.
There's
guy. What's happening?
Yeah, say hi to Topher and the Marine Rapper, huh?
Say hi, buddy. He's like,
sure, what
Dad.
in the heck is going on right now?
Like, we're looking at the computer screen. Yeah. Like, cool. Say bye, bye. Bye, buddy.
Love you, little man. There you go. But my wife, being the good woman she is, pays more attention to the time, and I'm supposed to have my medication for my stomach problems. But
the one thing, Topher, that you said, and it was a funny thing because my mom said this, and actually it was a elementary school teacher that said this, and when we were talking about hanging out with people and hanging out with the wrong crowd. So when I was in elementary school, I was standing with a group of people. Somebody kicked a kickball and it landed on top of the school. So of course they have to get a ladder, go up and get it off. And I got in trouble because I was standing with that group of people and I was hanging out with that group of people. And the teacher told me, she says, I know you didn't do it, but she says, if you hang with the crowd, you go down with the crowd.
Yeah.
And ever since then, like my mom tells me that off and on, still at 34 years old, my mom will come up and be like, remember that saying? And I was like, yeah. And it's true because I've found myself in situations where it's like, probably not a good idea, guys. I'm going to take off, or I'll catch up with you guys later because not worth hanging with the wrong crew.
Yeah. Cause I also feel too that what people do around you is not even a full blunt of what they actually do. So if someone's smoking pot in front of me and it's in Mississippi where it's like illegal, right? It's like you can go to jail for this. Imagine what they're doing when I'm not around. Like I don't even know what you think you know about somebody, you still don't know enough. So I always assume what you do around me is just a small portion of what you actually do.
See that almost makes me think of like the old Chris Rock like joke whenever he said like talk about dating. He's like when you meet someone, you're not meeting them, you're meeting their representative.
Exactly.
You're also, well, when you go to date someone, you're not dating just them or marrying just them. You're marrying the whole family.
That too. That's a good one.
Which
unless they have no family members. So but anyway, all I'm saying is, I've just lived by that philosophy and that scripture and just allowed it to guide me to make sure that I kept good people around me. I also thought about this. Because I got ADHD and I'm a little adventurous, so I can go out and do dumb stuff without thinking about it. Right? I knew
everybody.
I knew I had to find somebody to be anchors, right? Someone else that's a little bit more sturdy, more disciplined, that I can kind of latch on to as well. So that's what I've been doing, especially like Timmer and D-Cure. Right, because I'll write a song once a year and I'd be like, yep, I've done it. But D-Cure will write 2 songs a week and release them and put out 5 projects in 1 year. And I'm just like, bro, like slow down, you know. But because of his, you know, his workload and speed, it forces me to keep up almost, or at least attempt to. So that's why I like keeping people around like that. That forces me to stay consistent, but also work hard. So just shout out to my boy DQ.
Nice.
And that's what we all do. Like we all do that. Like we all like it's like iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel. Like I know like I bet not be slipping around any of these dudes at all because and like I think we made the mistake one time. You know what I mean? Got cut us slipping. Like oh, I'm gonna just take it easy on the 16. Nope. Never again. You know what I mean? So like cause me Topher and D-Cure, we're in a group called Space Force, so we're in a trio, like kind of like, you know, like the Beastie Boys, but we talk about spacey stuff. But like, we go at it, like we're like trying our hardest every single time we rap together. It's just
so
like
kind of like a concept group, is like almost like a concept album idea, only you're doing it as a group with a whole vibe.
kind of like a concept group, but it's still us. It's still us. We just use certain language.
Okay,
So like, so we'll still be ourselves. Like I'll still be the Marine. He'll still be, you know, Topher, like the smart one and stuff like that, and DQ will be the fast one and stuff. So we'll still be ourselves, but like we'll throw in concepts that are fun, and we don't cuss either. So it's like kid friendly and all that type of stuff. It's just a fun little project concept group. But like at the end of the day, we're trying to challenge each other because we're trying to make the best possible music ever. So
That's what's up. Now, I feel bad now that Topher's going to have to. We're going to have explicit next to this because of me and Zach messing this all up. You know, I'm just like, it is what it is. There, I'm sorry.
No, you good. Trust me, I've heard worse. You guys are good. I also tell people, you know, it gives me a chance. It's okay to show where you are. You know, we're all in the different levels of our spiritual walk or whatever relationship with Christ. And what is? I always tell people, what is a cuss word, right? Because what we consider curse words, there's other bad stuff that's just equally as bad to say, right? If I call you a flaming if I call you a flaming racist, is that not just as bad as something? You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that.
I mean, it depends. Unless the person deserves it. I mean,
unless the person is really a flaming racist and somebody lit him on fire.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like if someone's actually been, you know,
to be fair, if they're that racist, they should be lit on fire. Probably.
Pretty much all races should be lit on fire.
Yeah, but that's a whole separate thing.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, you know, other show. But yeah,
I'm not the judge or jury, so I'm not gonna.
It was like, nope, not gonna do this.
But yeah, so yeah, it's just been a fun experience. Like I said, you know, we went in it with just fun, and now we're leaders of an entire movement. We got so many people backing us. We have so many remixes that have came out. So many people, like I said, reaching across the aisle. Black Rifle Coffee for Coffee or Die Media. They put us in their magazine. I've had people. I think it's about the biggest we've had, but just
Drinking Bros.
Yeah, Drinking Bros.
Yes. We've been on some huge podcasts. We've had some huge interviews. And, you know, we always make the joke, you know, Black Lives Matter? Like when you talk about elevate Black voices, are you talking about all Black voices? Because no Black media has reached out and said, hey,
I see your post today about that.
Yeah, I had to post it because I called out conservative media.
Yeah, I seen your post about that, and I was like, that's that.
Yeah.
Wow. That was one of the ones I saw on IG recently that I actually liked, that I saw that they had. And I don't remember where it was posted or anything, just because it was like that, like kind of the scroll crack. I just flipping through everything, but it hit me like whenever I saw it. Like it was like one of them street signs that would have been like BLM, but it said all Black Lives Matter. And that I'm like, oh yeah, you mean like I mean, obviously we all know the crazy stats as far as if you're treating stuff triage as opposed to like I mean, police overreach. I mean, no one wants to see that. Obviously, that's obviously a problem on its own. When it happens, when there's cops not. I mean, and I was raised partially like my grandfather, the 93-year-old, like he was president of the FOP here in Pittsburgh. He literally ran the union. I mean, so it was a big deal. But like when you have that as opposed to like murder rates, you know what I mean? As far as like the odds of a young Black man being murdered, period. And then you take that against those police numbers, and that's a whole separate fucking problem. And it's a bigger, I mean, like, frankly, I mean, like it's a bigger problem. Like, and it sucks. Like that's like the odds of that happening. And that is just in general, like, I don't want to see anyone's, like, no mother should have to cry over a fucking casket of a fucking baby, or like the one time I ever saw my dad like fucking like be fucked up, and it wasn't anything like obviously as tragic as a murder, was my brother was dealing, again, 21 years older than me. My dad was much older. Like I was kind of like a surprise, because they didn't think, because of his cancer problems, he was going to be able to have kids. But like, I remember one point my brother having some major problems there, health wise, and my dad doing a shot. We're watching the Steeler game, and his eyes teared up, and he just said, "I don't want to outlive my son." And that fucked me up so hard, just seeing that look on my dad's face. And that is one of those things that hit me, to where, like, like a mother should never have to see their dead baby. You know what I mean? Like, it's the worst fucking thing. And I'm sorry, I keep it with the F-bomb, but I can't help it. Like, right now, like that, just like that stuff hits me too hard.
Yeah. Are you right? And once again, that's what we're here for. You know, we need to stop celebrating just bad behavior, right? That's what it is. Whether, I'm not calling anybody ratchet or however you want to be, but it's bad behavior, and we need to stop celebrating, and we need to start celebrating good behavior. Because once again, I've been there. And you know, we talk about, you know, what you call it, acting white, right? that black person acting white. They only say that when you don't do, you know, when you're not doing devilish things, when you're actually trying to be, you know, academically inclined and things like that. When you're trying to, you know, talk proper, then you're acting white. It's like, why is wanting better acting white?
And that's one of the things I thought was like so gross about a lot of like the kind of that modern movement is like, honestly, I consider it like a truly anti-black movement, to where you're gonna call it like whiteism or whatever you like. I can't remember how the wording of it now, but like
Whiteism.
Is it whiteism? Well, I don't even care what the fucking terminology is, frankly. But like, where they literally like where you have like sections of society saying that it's wrong for anyone to want to do better for themselves in any way.
It's white and white splaining.
Or whites, I don't give a fuck. Whatever again, the labels, the labels are meaningless to me at this point, because it's kind of noise. It's sad, because like especially Topher, when I see someone like you, like a good Christian that wants like the best, and all I could think of is like, again, you get back to like this fictitious street mentality that like literally where they get these kids thinking about bullshit. And I'm not saying black, white, like it's not a color thing. It's literally like it's a social thing, as far as just like, honestly, more neighborhood. Like I said, like where I'm sitting right now, like really where my ass is parked currently, like they'd call this a black neighborhood, and it's not about that. And it's not a black thing. It's not a white, like literally, like yeah. You're either for family, or you're for like this fake money, fake street thing. Yeah. And like,
and it's once again, we have color-coded values, and that's what I don't understand. It's like, when did this happen? And the fact that we continue to perpetuate this, even within the black community, was wrong. It's self-defeating. And we're never going to get to where we believe we should be. And we're never going to earn the respect we think we should have if we continue down this path. And that's what we're here for. Like, once again, I'm just here, especially when I do politics, is to kind of offer that alternative perspective, right? Because once again, when I was growing up, all you hear is 1 in 3 chances of going to jail. You can't do this. You're going to be killed. Yada, yada, yada. You don't hear anything about how great America is, the chances you have to succeed if you put hard work in. All you hear is you're black and you're going to have to work twice as hard, so you shouldn't do this. I'm like, bro, that's just not statistically true. Are there some areas? Yes, there may be some areas where there are more barriers than others, but let's keep it real, right? It's not the entire America. It's not every person. It's not every white person. It's not this. Can we just keep it real? That's my issue I have with it. Because I know if someone told me, Chris, no matter what you do, you're not gonna grow past 5'7". I was like, dang, I guess I ain't gonna even try to be a basketball player then, because that's just out the window. Like, you know,
linebacker though.
Yeah, still possibly. I could have been Troy Polamalu. I could have been that. He was a safety. I think he was 5'8", 5.
He was a strong safety. He was right in that ballpark. Yeah,
about 5'8", 5'9". I could have been something like that, but no. I ended up being a rapper. Like, I feel like all rappers are short. Don't ask me why.
Well, hold on. Musicians, singers, there's a lot of that in general. Like that's somehow a thing. You know what I mean?
Since we're both rock guys and I'm a big metalhead, Corey Taylor is short.
He looked like Corey Taylor, probably the most, like, currently for the last maybe decade and a half, most prolific metal / contemporary hard rock singer. He looks like he fell off a keychain. You know what I mean?
But their necks are about this big.
Yeah, like his neck, it's literally, he goes straight from his shoulders, like the neck comes in and it goes straight up to his temple.
Yo, did you hear what he said? He said, I can't believe you say he looked like he fell off a keychain.
He did. He did. Oh, man. Hey, wow. Corey Taylor, if you hear this, hey, that was his critique, not mine.
He's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if Corey Taylor comes on here and starts hating,
I will let him bitch slap me. It's fine.
That's perfectly fine.
As long as I'm going to make him sign a guitar afterward, but he's going to bitch slap me first. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I can do that. Like, he's literally one of my favorite. Like, honestly, like, he's like the dude that made me, when I was a teenager, think it was okay, because like I have a similar vocal range as far as like that. It's a baritone, which was never like a metal thing or a hard rock. It was always, you had to be really high, or you had to do all this shit that I can't do. And then he came along. I'm like, oh shit, you mean you can be good and do this stuff in like the range I can actually sing in? Like, he was transformative to me from that standpoint, just as a singer. Because you had all them guys that come out like Slipknot, Stone Sour, obviously both him, but then like Breaking Benjamin and all these other bands where like they actually sang at like reasonable like levels for someone like me that has the range I have. And like it was like okay to be like a baritone or like this weird kind of middle ground thing. So anyway, so if I tell him he fell off a keychain, he is short and he knows it. It's fine.
He's gonna whoop your ass if he hears this.
I hope so. You know what? I hope so. I will take that like a man. I'll be proud to say Corey Taylor whooped my ass.
Yeah, fellas. I gotta get going, man. We got.
Yeah, sorry.
So, we were going to say we wanted to kind of like maybe final thing. If you guys could give us a few words on like literally anything in closing here, whether it be like the fatherhood, anything, the music, anything, like please.
Being a better Christian dad.
Like yeah, that's something. Believe me, I've been trying to work on and trying to figure out. Like I'm a new dad. I've been. Yeah.
He's a new dad. I've been a dad for 7 years, and I'm still not.
We're
perfect.
Still trying to figure this stuff out. So,
well, please, Abraham almost sacrificed his son, so you can't be as bad as him. So I think you're on the right path. You know. Well, listen, Proverbs. That's all I can tell you. Proverbs is where it's at, man. It just gives it to you straight. It gives you all the daily things that you can do, and that's why I like to use as well. So I stick in Proverbs, and once again, whatever you think, in anything, just show love. Just be loving. Just be love itself, and that's what I try to be. And love is discipline at the same time. It is what it is. They may not understand what's going on at the moment, but trust me, when they get adults, like we all have become, we always look back like, dang, that's why I couldn't do that, or that's why my mom was acting like that. They're gonna figure it out when they become adults and have kids. Other than that, man, look, just continue to listen to the song. The music video will be dropping soon.
And, very soon.
Very soon. So make sure you check it out. The Patriot. Once again, we're still on billboards. We were charting before they removed us from streaming platforms, but you can purchase a copy from themarinerapper.com. You can go there. You can get #FreeThePatriot merch. You can get a signed physical CD copy of the song, not an album, but just the song itself. It will be signed by me and Timmer, and we get that sent out to you guys. Very limited copy. So if you want one, go ahead and grab one. But if you want a digital copy, that's available as well.
Cool.
Timmer, you got anything in closing there?
Definitely make sure everybody's using the hashtag.
No, that's basically, yeah. Let everybody know to use the hashtag Free the Patriot. Everybody, if you're looking for me, music, collaboration, stuff like that, you can find me everywhere at The Marine Rapper. Make sure you just keep on playing the Patriot. Tell your friends about the Patriot. Make sure everybody knows about the Patriot. It's family friendly, so you can play it in front of your kids. Have your kids singing it. If you do any videos or anything, make sure you send it to us. We share them. We make sure we share that content because we love to show love to those who show love to us. So thank you for that. And just look out for that Patriot video. It's going to drop within the next say 24 hours. So you'll
Oh
see
wow,
it up there.
nice.
Yeah,
So
very soon. Very soon.
I feel like we just got like the Easter egg of the week.
No, that's why I said soonish. I kind of figured that.
All right, so
Yeah, you guys actually got the first announcement. So
all right, so
Hell
you
yeah.
heard it first here. We're gonna make sure this actually. I'm gonna not be a slacker now and make sure I get this like uploaded back in through the podcast system all tonight. Do me a favor, could you, Timmer? Could you just text Zach the exact hashtags for things? I want everything embedded in the video.
for sure.
Where people can get this. I'm definitely gonna be ordering a copy. I want a signed copy now of the single. So I'll make sure. I'm gonna make sure I order mine too. But we get all that linked. We'll get all that linked into our stuff. Like seriously, Topher, Timmer, thank you guys.
Big thank you guys
much
coming
for
on tonight.
This is such big news, and honestly, like I really want this to be in the most Christian way, a giant middle finger to all them streaming services and everything. I mean, maybe it's a middle cross. I don't know.
You know
Wow.
what? Since I'm the
You have to understand.
since I'm kind of on the line, I grew up Christian. I grew up in a church, but we won't get into that
I
now.
hang out with some like kind of like
This is the middle finger. I'll give the middle finger for you guys both.
you can't. I don't think Topher wants you to do it in his name.
So
We were doing so good, guys.
I'll
We're doing so good. It was like one of those Joe Biden endings. Like we was almost there. It was almost there. But yeah, like no, that's it pretty much. I'll send it to you guys and make sure if you guys have any clippings and stuff, some clean clippings and stuff that we could share. Definitely send that to with no swear words. If you could send it to us, and then we'll the little snippet, and then we'll reshare it and give you guys some publicity.
Yeah, that part will take a little more time because I will have to run that back through this actual studio and stuff. And
that won't take that long.
But I'll get you guys some stuff to put up if anything you would want, especially maybe.
Yeah, just a good snippet or whatever, lower than 60 seconds, and then we'll share it. Don't. Yeah, just a good quote. And then we'll give you guys a shout out, and we just really appreciate you
But thank you guys for coming on because being in the podcast industry and knowing now because my Facebook page got banned and watching you guys get censored, I think it's very unfair. And I think that now is the time for everybody, not just individuals, but everybody that's been banned, that's been, censored, to stand up and say enough's enough. Like, we've had enough. We are now going to start speaking out as a group, and enough is enough.
Facts.
Exactly.
Let's do it.
So again, guys, thank you very much for coming on.
It's all about like, and I mean this in the truest sense, not like the fake media version of it, but I mean like as far as it's all about teamwork and unity, and like let's literally, I mean,
teamwork makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Thank you guys so much. It's been a true honor. I can't wait to see you guys like blow this up even bigger than it's going right now. I can't wait for the video. We are so excited.
I would love to see you guys at number one. Probably, I would love to see you guys at number one by the end of the month. That's only a week away, but I think we could.
As long as you guys keep on spreading the word like everybody else, I know we'll make it there. And we appreciate every little just referral. It's not too big or too small. So we love every bit of the publicity. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you, fellas.
Thank you guys again.
Peace, y'all.
All right. Hey, y'all. Just again, thank you, Topher. Thank you, Timmer.
Guys, I got nothing else. Zach the Tactical Gnome.
JP, the Armored Chef.
Daddy Brigade Podcast. Out.
Peace.